Hey, buds, what's going on? LTK here. Oh my God, what the hell is this? It's called the Eagle from Artisan Cutlery. Well, if you like something a little on the strange side, very unusual, pretty radical design, I think you're going to like this. This will be a knife that you will really like, or you're really not going to like it. That's what I think. I think this is, when you get to these radical designs, there's something that either really speaks to you or really turns you off, one or the other. And this is the Eagle. You can get this in titanium, and I looked at the titanium ones, and they look actually pretty cool. But this is much more affordable. I got this from White Mountain Knives, and they want $52 for them. 10% discount. This will knock you into the mid 40s or something like that, and there's always free shipping in the USA. Crazy, huh? And there's the stats on it. 3.5-inch blade, looks like almost 4mm thick stock, D2, HRC. We didn't go high enough on that. We'll talk about that. Tanto type style. What are you doing? But overall length, 8.4. So it's not a 9-inch knife. Closed length, 5 inches. G10. Ceramic bearings, 4.9 ounces, which it's a big knife, and it's got pretty thick blade stock. So 4 ounces, yeah, that's pretty light actually overall. And if you look in there, you can see where they've skeletonized. Let's get our little helper light in here. See if we can put a little light on the subject like that. See, and you get to see there. They've taken some of it out there. How about that? And ceramic bearings, like I said, centered, no blade play, no lock rock, none of that foolishness. Oh, lock up, whew, man, that's 60% if it's anything. That's pretty heavy lockup. Look at this jimping up here. But the design actually flows in a strange and unusual way. It really does, actually. Look at that lanyard hole. I mean, what are you going to put through that thing? I mean, it would embarrass 550 paracord to go through there, right? I mean, you got room for the whole family. Deep carry pocket clip with 2 screws there, right and left hand, like Artisan Cutlery does with all the G10 models I've seen. Jimping on the flipper tab, big old blade stop pin there. And even though they put their design on the front pivot, the back, yeah, I mean, so this is all Torx accessible. You can take it apart that way. Made in China, of course, Artisan Cutlery. And there's your serial number, D2 steel, and guess what? Hold on. See this little dimple right there? Yeah, we tested this one. We tested it, and it tested as D2. This will be in one of my videos of steel testing videos of knives that were tested. This is batch number 3, but I don't know if we're going to call it batch number 4, actually. In any case, interesting, pretty aggressive traction on the G10. Good size knife. Let's see if I can grab my little tape measure here. We can roll that and then we'll compare it with Rex or somebody. Yeah, I mean, that's 3.5 inches. 90 millimeters. Overall 8.5. So it's bigger than the Paramilitary 2, 21.5 centimeters overall. Supposed to be 3.8 millimeter, 0.146 of an inch. Yeah, basically 3.8 millimeters. Overall fatness. Ooh, A little too fat for that. So probably right at or a little over a half inch. Here you go, 0.55. 14 millimeters. So good size. Fancy. You haven't worked in a while, girl. So basically the same size. Actually, this is 8 1/4. This is 8 1/2. Flip it over. The barrel will look a little bit bigger in this aspect ratio. But you see them? About the same size. Not quite. This is actually a little bit bigger. So that's what you get through the camera like that. The action seems pretty good. See if I can fail it. Yes, I can fail it. Okay. I can fail it. It's a big old blade. So I would say it's kind of a lazy flip, so it's not snappy, action. So yeah, I can fail it. Okay, so I'd say about a 5 on the D10 scale. I haven't tried to throw this out. Let me see. Yeah, I can throw it out. I'm going to call it a 5 on my D10 scale. So a lot of knives are somewhere between 4.5 and 6.5, and this is a 5. So not snappy, not really holding that detent till it just pops, but it gets there. Big front choil, so you can go forward, and you've got this kind of thumb ramp thing with jimping. And will it cut anything? Well, it seems to be sharp. This got tested on our testing, like I was saying. So guess what the HRC was on this? Well, if you've seen the video, you would know it's a 63, not 58 to 60. It's a 63, this one. Is that crazy? Now, the D2 on these artisan knives is testing as D2. It actually says D2, and I don't know if I threw my test results. Yeah, I threw them over here. Let me see if I can pull that one up. Yeah, here's the Eagle. So it tests as D2 right here, okay? But it's really strange because it has higher chromium and a bit of tungsten in it, according to Kurt, the testing guy. So, but the HRC was 63. I mean, can you imagine? I think they left it in the oven long enough. Here's your readout, okay? But, as far as their gun goes, yeah, D2, but kind of a marginal match. So I don't know what they put in there, if there is some more chromium in their formula, and how that all plays out, because there was some discussion. Is it more like a 12 CR, like kind of the Chinese D2 formula? I don't know. We're going to have to do some more discussions. I've asked Artisan to comment on it, and I'm waiting for them. But yeah, I mean, this is a cool knife. If you like this design, and I think it ought to perform pretty well. I mean, calling all cars, if you have D2, you have an Artisan knife in D2, let me know what your experience is, because I'm thinking with a 63 HRC, that baby ought to perform pretty well. It's definitely not soft. Wow. And the other artisan knives that I've tested, there was one that was 62.7. I mean, the Immortal was like 60.3, so that was over 60. So, I mean, it's kind of crazy. Any case, let's throw it on the scales. But, they got a backspacer on here. I like that. I like the fact that it gives it more of a finished look. And ceramic bearings. It's not bad. I mean, I haven't done anything to adjust this. So, and it's kind of late to the detent party here. See, now finally got over that detent ball, so it drops. So it's centered up. Like I said, no blade play or lock rock. And you got to turn this on first. Amazing as that goes. Grams. 142.5. So let's run ourselves back around here and see. This is 5 ounces on my scale. So according to this, it was 4.93, so we're in 140 grams. So we're really close to that at 5 ounces. Mine reads a little bit heavier than that. But that's not bad for a big knife like this is. Man, the stonewash really hangs out, doesn't it? Is that some crazy stonewash? And it comes in this box. And get this open. They have a little, velvet pouch and stuff that it goes in. So, and, they're a very structural box, so they're tough. Not like some boxes that crush real easy in transit and stuff. These hold up really good. So, strong box. Nice little, felt pouch type thing with their logo on it. Interesting. The pass-through is easy to access with your thumb. So that's nice as well. You can see how that goes. They didn't jimp or anything in here, but doesn't really need it. Actually, the ergos are a little strange for my hand. This is too big for my front finger. And then so my second finger is hitting this hump here. See, because I want to be right up against this flipper tab when I go. So it's a little awkward that way. Let me see what reverse grip. Actually, reverse grip lets me settle my fingers into where, like that. And that's not bad, actually. That's pretty good. Now, go forward with this front choil. And really, then I'm better because this is a fatter finger. And so these will back up. Okay, so that's actually a better holding position for me, user position, than backing up here. But this is not that bad. I mean, it just depends on your cutting task and how much you're going to be using the knife and for how long and if that's really going to bother you. It doesn't really bother me, but I can just tell I'm hitting in a kind of an odd place there on the grip. Other than that, hey, it's a design that I think you really either like a lot or not. I'm not terribly drawn to this particular design myself. I don't see a lot of utility in it, and yeah, you're going to have to just get like a sharpening rod and go along here to sharpen this, because if you have a stone, it's going to hit both sides of that. Oof. Yeah, so it's going to be a little different experience sharpening it as well. In any case, the Eagle, it's different. It's different than the, like the Orthodox. But, and the Orthodox looks easier to sharpen to me. In any case, they're sure making a bunch of different ones, though, aren't they? Including, the small Tradition in G10. Talk about this ought to be easy to sharpen. So, hey, as we go, a lot of artisan stuff coming out. And, yeah, the Orthodox, this is the Immortal. So how crazy is that? We got all kinds of goodies on the table. All right, I'm going to let you go, guys, before I lose my mind. All this stuff going on. I can't keep up. Interceptor. God, I've got some coming in, the Ravine as well. So there's a lot of new models out there that are very fascinating. And, wow. I don't know if I can take them all in, but we're going to try because we love them knives. So you guys, stay sharp.